A very good morning and a warm welcome to all my wonderful students once again who have been keeping in touch with me through my videos and following me very sincerely for all the tips that I have given prior in my previous sessions. So, your mentor, Vineetha Anil, I has come once again before you to give you certain beautiful tips and certain secrets on how you can build your self-belief and your confidence. Now, this is a very important topic, not just for you students, but for all of us who are humans and living on this earth with a purpose. If I need to accomplish something in my life, I need to have the belief in my own self that I can achieve those goals that I have dreamt of. That gives me the confidence that I can go ahead with whatever I have planned. So when I talk about self-belief and self-confidence, these are two sides of the same coin. When I believe in myself, I build the confidence. And if I have confidence, that's because I always have the belief in myself. So once again, my dear students, I welcome you all for this beautiful session that you are going to have several takeaways at the end of this 1 hour on self-belief as well as self-confidence, as I told you, which is simultaneously two sides of the same coin. And this is going to help you visualize yourself as the way you want to be. Okay, moving on. My learning objectives for this particular session is to help you understand how to believe in yourself, first and foremost, build confidence in your own self, enhance faith in your own self, believe in your strengths. As I told you in my previous two sessions, we are all born with certain unique talents. There is nobody who is born on the surface of this earth without certain unique talents. As I told you in my previous two sessions, that one of them will be good at learning up quickly, some of them will be good at writing, some of them will be good at dancing, singing, and so on. Nevertheless, we all have those strengths in us and we need to believe that about ourselves. So that is going to be my other task with you today. Maximize your abilities. As you say, these are your strengths. How do you use them to the maximum to make it your strengths? Maximize your abilities on that. Progress towards your goal, because you know you have certain abilities, you have certain strengths. Based on that, you have fixed a goal and how you gradually progress towards that goal. And when you are progressing towards that goal, you will feel that you are experiencing happiness at every step of yours. Now, this is my ultimate goal for you today at the end of 1 hour, that you would feel happy that you have learned certain simple but unique tips on how to build your self-belief, your self-confidence, and see you going towards your goal with greater confidence and a great smile. Okay? Now we look at this picture. A picture that all of us would have experienced as children. You know, if you look into your old albums, you would see such pictures of either your father, your mother, or your grandparents, one of them, throwing you up into the air. And you look at the picture very carefully. This is similar to something which we've all faced. They leave their hands away from us. Their hands are not touching the baby at all. The baby is literally free in the air. But look at the smile that the baby has on his or her face. Now, what could be the reasons of such a beautiful smile that the baby has? If you look at it, it is such a dangerous, scary situation. Not held at all. The baby can fall. There can be so many things that can happen with the baby. Yet, the baby still holds that smile, the smile of happiness. That is what I told you in my last objective that I'm going to have with you today. So I'm starting from there to give you the secrets of how you can retain your happy smile. Now, what could be the reason for this? I'm sure all of you would know, but I've just jotted down based on the thoughts that all of us would have. One is the confidence that the child has on that adult who has thrown up the child into the air. It can be the father, it can be the mother, as I told you, it can be any adult, but the child has the confidence in that person that person will not give up. The connection, the emotional connection that the child has with that adult who has thrown the child up into the air still has the hands up there, even though the baby is not held. But there is a connect that the child and that adult has. So that is very important. The belief that the child has in that adult, that this adult loves me, cares for me, and will never allow me to fall, will never allow me to get hurt. That belief, the trust that the child has, which automatically comes with confidence, connection, belief, and the faith. Just the way we have so many faiths with us that this cannot go wrong, same way the child automatically has that faith. It is not taught to the baby. It comes automatically. It comes by nature. Then hope in the strength of that person who has thrown the baby into the air. The person who has thrown the baby into the air, when the baby comes down in full force, the child knows that this adult has the strength to hold me back very safely into their arms. And most importantly, the certainty that this adult will not leave me or give me up for any reason. Now, these points are very important for you, dear students. You need to keep these points in mind, because here I'm talking about a child having confidence, connection, belief, trust, faith, and much more on an adult who takes care of him or her. Why not we have the same with us? When I am in a difficult situation, or let's say, if I am in a situation where I need to quickly take a decision, I don't have any adults next to me. I don't have my parents next to me. I don't have anybody to advise me, but I need to immediately solve that problem. I need to first depend on myself. I am the first person who's facing it. I need to know how to face it, how to tackle it. And for that, these qualities, which I mentioned as confidence, connection, belief, trust, all these qualities should first start beginning with us. Only if I have that connect with my own inner self, if I have that faith in my own inner strengths, if I have the confidence that I can use my strengths for achieving my goal or my solving my problem, then I will find that I'm automatically doing my things, then the rest will follow. So that's where I said these points are something that you need to keep in mind. Though I represented it as the child having confidence in the adult, which we all do. We have confidence in our parents, our teachers, our friends, so many people around us. But we are forgetting the fact that it has to start with us first, because we are the first people who are encountering or who have to face certain realities to achieve our goals. So this point becomes important. Now look, this is a very real life situation. We find birds flying in the air, and after they have been flying for a long distance, they go and place themselves or rest themselves on the branch of a tree. Now, similarly, one day it is said, this tiny little bird was flying for a long distance and she was tired. So she found a tree nearby and she rested on one of the branches of the tree. As she was resting, suddenly there was a windy storm that struck the place. The branches were literally swaying. I'm sure you understand what I'm telling you. When there is heavy rains and storm, we do see how the trees are literally swaying. The trees were literally swaying, and the branch on which she was sitting was comparatively a weaker branch, and it was swaying much more stronger than the other branches of the tree. But the bird was absolutely relaxed, and it continued to stay there. It continued to stay there basically because it had two things to its control. One, it knew it has the confidence to fly. It had the confidence on its own strength, and its strength is it can use its wings to fly when it is required. It knew its talent so much that it had confidence in itself, trust in itself, faith in itself, and it continued to stay there. The second thing, said to itself, I have the power to fly. So, if I still feel I need some more rest, I have other branches which are stronger, which might not break with the storm. So I can fly and move on to the other branches. Now, these are nothing but opportunities in our life. So, my dear students, the simple small little bird in nature can teach us so many lessons when we observe the nature around us. The bird sat so confidently. When we sit inside our homes, when we see heavy storms and we are still scared, look at the bird outside in nature, confident on a weak branch, only because it was first confident on its own power, strengths, abilities, not waiting for its other flock of birds to come and rescue it. It also took the timely ensuring itself on a timely basis that there are other several trees and branches around. Why do I need to continue to sit here in case something happens to this branch? So this is what we have to see. Confidence on our own abilities, on our own strength, and keeping ourselves vigilant about things that's happening around us. Look at the best opportunities that is coming your way and go on to that in a most confident manner. And that is the first thing that you would do towards gradually reaching your success. So you're visualizing your success right from there. Now, this is what I would call the magical power of self-belief. It is magic. It is magic because when you believe in yourself, there's a strength that comes from within you, which you yourself wouldn't have realized so several times before. It gives you that additional power and confidence and that radiance on your face, which enables you to just encounter any situation, not with arrogance, not with fright, not by harming others, but by very smoothly, happily, with a smiling face, moving towards your goal with your complete focus on what you want to achieve. That is the magic of self-belief and the confidence that I was talking about. Now, to just give you once again in a complete capsule, what does self-belief mean? It means having confidence. As I told you, self-belief and confidence are two sides of the same coin. If I have belief, I have confidence, and vice versa. I have faith in myself. I trust myself a lot. And that complete thing gives me self-belief. It is based on one's feelings about one's own skills. I have these talents. It's not just about studies. Let me tell you, my dear students, as a teacher, as an educationist, and as a principal myself, I wouldn't say it is only about proving yourself in your studies. If you're a good dancer, if you're a good singer, please focus on that. Have that belief that you have that talent and that skill in you. And focus in a very poised and gentle way, continuously towards enhancing that quality of yours. That is what is self-belief and self-confidence. You don't have to follow somebody else's path. There can be somebody who might be academically very good. Doesn't mean that I have to definitely be like him or her. I can probably try to be a little better than what I am, but my strengths are in my music, or my strengths is in my dance. I will take that forward. It gives you an ultimate, never-ending confidence, that magical power of self-belief. Now, the other things that contribute to your confidence or your belief is the way you present yourself, in the way your body language, at home or even outside. The way you present yourself when you're in a crowd, the way you present yourself when you're going to a new situation or a new environment, the way you present yourself when you're with your friends, with your teachers, with your unknown adults, or many more. So this entire factor contributes to a lot of self-confidence. How confident are you that you can do your things yourself? Self-reliance. That means depending on yourself. If you know that you can handle things yourself, the confidence that automatically follows with that is immense, that cannot be measured. And that leads to your independence. Now, to just put it completely in a figurative manner for you to understand. So, I, as a human being, is a complete package of all these factors which actually contributes to my self-belief. One, intuition. Intuition is the feelings, the inner feelings that keeps coming to you. It keeps telling you, do this. Why don't you do this? You're good at this. There is an inner voice that keeps speaking to you. Relax and listen to that sound which talks to you. It tells you that, hey, look, you are so good at this. Why don't you try this out? That intuition, which you take it up with certainty, that means with utmost surety. And with the hope, you always have hope on your adults, on your parents, that they will do something for you. Have that hope with yourself first. Have that faith in yourself, the trust, the confidence, and ultimately it all leads to that one factor called self-belief, which enables you to conquer the world the way you want to, without harming anybody, without hurting the sentiments of anybody. Yet you are happy because you have achieved your goals. So this is what is self-belief. Now, there are so many of us. Now, need not feel worried. Oh God, ma'am is telling about all these things. I might not have everything. Now, how do you understand whether you have certain amount of lack of self-belief? That means you do not have sufficient self-belief. I wouldn't say you do not have self-belief at all, because if you're waking up in the morning and you're doing your daily activities, going to your school or college or whatever, doing your things or helping your parents in small tiny chores here and there, that is, you're doing it because you have self-belief. So all of us are born with self-belief, but how to enhance it, how to allow it to multiply the way so that we can achieve our goals. Now, if that is not sufficiently there, then that is where we are not able to completely succeed in certain dreams of ours. Now, what are those signs? Now, you look at this picture. The dark, huge person that you're seeing in the picture is none other than our inner self. Our inner self keeps telling us, when we do not have self-belief, it keeps coming and telling us that nobody wants you. You are not important to anybody at all. You're good for nothing. Look at that person. He or she is able to do so well. Everybody appreciates him or her. But nobody appreciates you because you're not important at all. You are not at all of having any quality which anybody can appreciate. Why would anybody want you? These things keep coming again and again strongly into your mind, eating up your major thought process. And that is a sign of lack of self-belief. To put it in proper form for you, uncertain of you, who you are and what you want. When I do not know who I am, I'm not saying I don't know my name, but what exactly I am. Am I a good singer? Am I a good dancer? Am I a good human being itself in the first place? Am I good to people? Are people happy to be around with me? I might not be very good at studies, but I still have friends, lovely friends, who are ready to help me because they know that I'm always there for them. So what am I? What do I want in life? So if I'm not very sure of that, that means there is a small amount of lack of self-belief. Am I shy or uneasy in social situations? When I go to a crowd where I'm not very familiar with everybody, or I go to a new place, a new educational institution, it's a social gathering. When I go to such places, do I feel shy? Do I move away from talking to people? Or do I feel a little uneasy? I'd rather go back home really fast. If such feelings are coming very glaringly into you, this is another sign of lack of self-belief. A sense that you're not at all important. Sometimes we feel if we have a brother or a sister who's either studying very well or does something exceptionally well, and we find our parents are appreciating them, our relatives are appreciating them, our friends who come home also appreciates my brother or sister, immediately I start feeling I'm not important at all. I'm good for nothing. I'm worthless. That is the reason my parents, my relatives, my cousins don't appreciate me at all. So when this sense of worthlessness and lack of importance comes deeper and deeper and stronger into you, then this is a huge sign of self-belief. We need to start correcting that right away. Negative thoughts about one's own abilities. I'm good for nothing. I really can't do anything. Look at my friend, or look at my brother, look at my sister. He or she can write well, draw well, sing well, studies well. I can't do anything. This continuous negativity about your own self also is a huge sign of lack of self-belief. Then, what does it lead to? You immediately find yourself always in an angry mode. Agitation, irritation. You do not want to talk to anybody. Anybody who sincerely wants to come and help you, correct you, would come to advise you, talk to you. You're not willing to listen to them. You immediately try to get agitated with them. You get angry with them. You throw tantrums at them, telling them that always you want to find fault with me only. And when you go to any important positions or places where you need to prove yourself, you become nervous. You're shivering. Your hands start sweating. Your legs start sweating. You're not able to talk. You're a person who usually talks with so much of clarity, but now you are not having words coming into your mind. So much of nervousness. And most importantly, you'll find that you're not able to stay relaxed at all around people. Now, these 5 points clearly shows that you have severe lack of self-belief. Now, let me tell you, don't mistake these 5 points. As humans, all of us face these situations in small quantities here and there. If you ask me, if I'm going to a new place for a job, I would definitely feel a little shy, a lack of confidence in me, because I do not know how the people over there are. But that is only for a short period of time. That is very minute. The moment I start conversing with 1 or 2 people in that new place, immediately my actual quality comes out. I'm able to give in my 100%. So this in smaller quantities is always good, because it enables us to actually face the world and keep improving ourselves a lot. But if these 5 points that I mentioned to you, if you put it in a scale of 5 to 1, each point from 5 to 1, if you've given 5 or 4 for all the points, that means you have severe lack of self-belief. If I've given probably 1 mark here, there, or a 0 here and there, or probably for 1 point I've given 3 marks, that's okay, because I know I can work on that and I can overcome that. So the best news is that you have every chance to overcome this problem of lack of self-belief. It's a good news that self-belief can be developed. If you don't have it now, based on the 5 points that I gave you just now, if you feel that you severely lack self-belief, don't get worried, because I'm here to give you those tips which you can follow and feel good about it and say that I have developed my self-belief, or I'm in the process of developing my self-belief. What are the first few tips? 1, remember the time is with you. But when I say time, it is about utilizing your time effectively. You are youngsters. You have a long way to go before you actually attain your final purpose in life. So you have your whole time ahead of you. But effective use of the time that is there with you helps you achieve self-belief. I use my time to understand my strengths, my abilities, work on that, take help from others to work more on that, improve on that. And then I'm using my time so effectively that as the time passes, I'm finding myself better and better as a person. So the first thing is best utilization of the time that is there with you. Effort. Now you cannot sit back and say, Vineetha ma'am said we have time, so I will relax today and I will do it tomorrow. No. Every single minute, every single second, we need to be working towards our goal. That doesn't mean that you don't deserve a relaxing time. All of us need, because our body needs that. I have told this in my previous sessions also. Our brain and body requires rejuvenation and relaxation. But while I'm on my goal, while I'm on my project to achieve something based on my abilities which I have discovered or I have identified, am I putting an effort on it? I know I can sing well, but I hardly practice. I don't put any effort. Can I achieve my goal? No. I will definitely be many, many steps behind somebody else who couldn't sing well earlier but has improved today because he or she has been continuously putting their effort, utilizing their time to the maximum. So this is what is important. Then have patience. Don't think that you have started doing something today. You have identified your goals today, and so I will be able to immediately achieve my results. No. If you look at your marks, take the subject that you are finding it most difficult. I had told you in my previous sessions, if that's difficult, sit more on it. Fight against that difficulty, and you'll find it becomes easy. Must be earlier you were scoring 20 out of 50. Now, with your time that you have utilized very well, with the effort that you have put, you have come up to 30 out of 50. Be happy about it because you have improved your own self. You've become a better version of your own self. Your talents, your abilities have become better. So, make sure that you show some patience. Do not get frustrated. I put in so much of effort. I was studying day in and day out. Still, I get only 30 out of 50 when somebody else who has sat only for fewer hours has got 50 out of 50. No, we will not compare ourselves to anybody else. My focus is to utilize the time that I have on my own self, focus on my own abilities, put in my 100%. And if I have been able to move up the ladder from 20 marks to 30 marks, that itself is a huge success. So be patient as you wait for your results. Some more tips. Always when we hear something difficult, which we have never tried out earlier, we say, it's impossible with me. Let's remove that. Look at that picture. Just remove the word impossible from your thought, from your dictionary of thoughts, and say that everything is possible with me. I can make everything possible. And so, believing in yourself through these affirmative words is your first step to success. Tell yourself, I can do it. Why not? Several people before this have studied this subject. Several people before this have done that. Several people before this have climbed mountains or something more difficult. It can be anything that you initially found it difficult. But people before you have done it, accomplished it. Why not me? So there is no word called impossible in the dictionary of my thoughts. I will make everything possible according to my thoughts, because people before me have achieved it. That itself is a proof that there's nothing impossible. That means I'm already on my first step towards success. When you believe in yourself without your knowledge, your inner self, that's why I called it magical power. Your inner self starts working so magically that without your knowledge, you're actually working towards achieving it. So beautifully you do it that your first belief in yourself itself is helping you to reach halfway towards your success, because it is magical. It is enabling you to start working on those abilities which you thought is possible. You started believing in yourself, saying that I can do it, why not? And that inner affirmation that you gave to your inner self, which kept coming out earlier and saying, no, you cannot. Now you have suppressed that thought and you have conquered it. And that is enabling you to start thinking and working towards your goal. So halfway, you have attained your success. Continuously telling that I can do it. And that self-belief and your hard work is definitely going to earn you success. Some more additional tips. What I told you so far is to identify whether you have huge signs of lack of self-belief. If you have it, then start working on things, saying that nothing is impossible. Everything is possible with me. I can do it, and I will start working on it. I've already gone through halfway of my success. But if you remember, I had already told you, my physical and social presence, the way I present myself when I'm sitting before people in different situations, also matters. If I don't present myself, then I do not get the same response from the other side, which further makes me scared, which further makes me feel that I'm not good at anything. So the first and foremost thing, let it start with you, right? It's like Mahatma Gandhi ji said, be the change you would like to see in the world. So you would like to see the change around you. Let it start with you. And even if it means with your self-belief, work it out. Automatically, you will find people who are interacting with you are interacting on the same level. And for that, you need to have a positive body language. Positive body language would mean always have a smile. You have a smile. Look at the picture. You have a smile, but you have a very clumsy body. A body which clearly shows, oh God, how will I do it? How will I even face them? What will be the result of all this? Will I be able to do anything myself? The moment you sit in that clumsy manner, that itself shows that you lack self-confidence or self-belief. Then excess show of the body language also will make people understand that you actually have that fear and you lack a lot of self-belief, but you want to portray something else to the world. They might take advantage of your situation. So let's not be on this extreme of a very clumsy body or that extreme of an extremely stiff body. Have a natural smile. A smile brings different world, and first and foremost makes a difference to your own life. And sit with a common posture, an erect, straight, but a flexibility which clearly shows that you have the self-belief to go ahead with whatever goal you are sitting there for. So first and foremost, have a very good positive body language, especially when you're sitting in a social place where you need to interact with people. You will start going for interviews. You'll go for group discussions. So many things that you'll start facing. So that itself is very, very important for you, my dear students, that you maintain a positive body language. and the tick that I have put under that picture, that is the right body language that we need to maintain. So improve on your posture. Now, this is a very interesting story of a famous Sri Lankan cricket player, and who was a captain of Sri Lankan cricket team, Marwan Attapattu. Now, why I've taken his story is basically because his story can be related to by anybody, especially all of you students. Now, Marwan Attapattu, as a young boy, he always wanted to play cricket. So he identified his strengths, he identified his abilities, his interest, he started utilizing his time, he started putting his effort, so he was almost there. So he started continuously practicing and playing cricket. It's called the first class cricket, that means the local cricket clubs. So he started playing in local cricket clubs and he started doing wonderfully. Now, the Sri Lankan Cricket Association wanted to absorb Marwan Attapattu into the Sri Lankan cricket team for the national team. So they took him. And the first game that he played, he was out for a duck, 0. Now, the association authorities were quite unhappy with him, and they thought the decision was wrong. So they said, I think he needs to go back to first class cricket and continue to play in the clubs there. Let him practice for some more time and come back. So after 21 months, almost 1.5 to 1+ years, he waited, and at the end of 21 months, he gets a call, and he again is out for a duck. So the authorities say, no, send him back. He needs more practice at the nets. So he goes back, continues to play first class cricket, that is a local cricket, and he plays really hard, sincerely. He is a little dejected, but he takes it as a challenge and he continues to play, finding out where his flaws were. But in first class cricket or the local cricket, he was doing fantastically well, making huge runs. So after 17 months, these authorities call him back again, asking him to play again for the national team. This time, he makes a 0 first, and then a 1 run, and then again he's out. This time the authorities were really, really unhappy, and they said, he's not the kind of national cricket player material at all. He doesn't have that quality in him to be portrayed as a Sri Lankan cricket player. He might be good at the nets at the local game. Let him continue to play there. We cannot put our country at stake and by bringing him back again. So they sent him back. Now at this point in time, Attapattu was really dejected. If he wanted, he could have gone into some other sports that was easily available so that he could do really well and get selected. Or he could have taken up any other job that was available in his country. But he didn't do that. As I told you, he utilized his time to find out his interests, his abilities, his strengths. And he knew his interests, his abilities, and his strengths continue to be in the field of cricket. So he utilized his time, put more effort, was patient with it, started working on it with 100% sincerity, and kept on by analyzing what went wrong. And after 3 long years, he was again called back to join the Sri Lankan cricket team. This time, there was no defeat. He went on to become the most favorite cricket player of Sri Lanka, the most wanted captain of the Sri Lankan cricket team. He went on to make 5,000 runs for the country with more than 16 centuries and more than 6 double centuries. What an achievement Marwan Attapattu did. Now, the lesson that we can all take back, not just for you youngsters, for any of us who feel dejected after we have pursued something continuously and then give it up completely. The lesson that I have learned from this, which I would like to share with you, is do not give up on the things you want to achieve because of challenges or difficulty. Challenges and difficulties are the common things that come up in our life every time that we want to do something different. Every time we want to achieve something extraordinary, challenges and difficulties make us a better person. So let's take it up. Never give it up. Develop and maximize your strengths. If you knew that these are your strengths and that is why you went into it, never mind that you have not been able to succeed completely once, twice, thrice. Analyze it and study what went wrong. Utilize your time most effectively. Put your effort and your patience, and you will definitely touch the pinnacle of success. That's exactly what Marwan Attapattu did to all of us who can consider him to be a role model, and he is considered to be a role model even today. The next important, very, very important point that I would like to give all of you is start giving credit to your own self. Be encouraging to your own self. As I told you earlier, when you do something small achievements, it can be just cleaning up your house, and one of your parents or your adults come and appreciate you and tell you, wow, what a wonderful job you did. Keep up the good work. You feel so happy. You always look around for encouragement, appreciation, credit. You like others to find out the qualities in you and start appreciating you, giving you the credit over and over again. But we forget to do that with our own self. As I told you, the strength comes from within me. I have to achieve it. I am the sole entity, the sole individual who has to take the first step to achieving my goal. The others are only a support system. How much effort am I putting from my own self? For that, I need to feel good about my own self. My inner self has to feel good that I have a lot of qualities in me. And for that, I need to start giving credit to myself. And these are just some. It's a huge list, but I picked up only some of them. If you can jot it down, write down your answers to this and put it up on a nice sheet of paper on the wall against where you sit down to study or where you spend most of your time. Reading it every day will help you feel good about yourself, will help you understand and make you realize what all great qualities you have in you, which you never realized. For example, I can always say I'm super at. You're super at what? You know, immediately something, intuition comes into you that, yes, actually I'm good at this. Write it down. Write it down in huge letters, the complete sentence there. I'm super at dancing, singing, whatever. Feel good about it. So all these points, like I feel good about my what? My smile, my presentation skills, my talking style. It can be anything. It need not be only physical. It can be your qualities as well. So write that down. My friends think I have an awesome. What is it that your friends keep telling you about? So look at that. So like this, these 12 points that you can jot down and keep giving credits to yourself and read it over and over again. These are nothing but affirmations. Affirmations that keep telling you, reminding your inner self, saying that these are the qualities you have. Develop on these skills and abilities and qualities with the time, with the effort, with your patience, and there you're halfway through your success. This is very, very important. Trust me, my dear students, I do it even till date. That's the exact tip that I have given you. The reason why I have always been able to overcome challenges, I know challenges have come my way. But if I've been able to overcome that, and if I'm able to sit confidently today and talk to you on this topic, it's purely because of the experiences that I have had in my life, which I've put down onto my presentation today to share it with all of you. Step out of your comfort zone. This is a very, very, very important thing, not just for you students. If any adult is watching, please, this is very important for all of us. If we are in a particular institution or a particular organization, We do our best. We get used to that environment. Everything becomes very comfortable. My job becomes comfortable. And then after that, I feel life is so comfortable that I just go on and on. But that does not enable me to utilize my abilities, my talents, and my skills to the maximum. So, if I do not step out of that comfort zone, in the same organization or in the same institution, start taking up new things rather than doing the same routine things. Start taking up new things in your life. You will encounter challenges and difficulties there. The moment you encounter challenges and difficulties there, you'll find that your mind is working, your body, your inner self, everything is working towards achieving success in that. And then your qualities, your abilities, and your talents are going manifold. It enhances so much so that it gives you an additional self-belief. Now, let me give you a small incident that happened. In a small village in Japan, it is said that most of the people working there were fishermen. So they used to catch fish, and that fish is said to be extremely tasty on that part, what they used to fish and bring. So, and they used to sell it across Japan and export it to several countries which were having huge demand for those fish that was being caught by the fishermen of that village. Now, over a period of time, they got these reports saying that the same fish, the same variety is not tasting good anymore. So researchers went deep into this matter to understand why. The water is the same, the environment is the same, everything is the same. So they felt must be after catching the fish and sending it across, it must be becoming a little old or stale or something like that. So they used the usual method. They used refrigeration. So they catch the fish, they refrigerate it, put it in nice, beautiful, refrigerators so that it stays as fresh as possible, and then sell it out. It started tasting a little better than normal. Still, they were not very happy. The customers still said, no, we're still not getting the previous taste. Earlier, you never used refrigerators, but still we got the fish very fresh and the taste was very unique. Then the researchers went deeper into it. Then they thought, okay, why to catch the fish and sell dead fish? Instead, we'll export them live. So they had these huge aquariums in their huge ships. The fishermen used to catch them, put them in these aquariums, and then export it to whichever places. So the fish used to go live. Live fish also never tasted the same way as it was initially. Now, this shocked the researchers even more. What is happening? We did everything possible. Then there was one person in that who identified it. They said, let's put a small shark into this aquariums, which fits into the aquarium. So small sharks into these aquariums, and let's see what happens. Now, the magical power has happened. The moment they put sharks into each of these aquariums, they observed the other fish. They were swimming swiftly all over so that they do not get caught and eaten by the shark. The weaker ones automatically got eaten up by the shark, and the others started using their ability to swim, and they became more swift swimmers as fish in the water. Now reports came back from the customers saying, yes, we have got the same taste of fish once again. Now, what did that mean? Earlier, the fish was put in the aquarium, live fish, but without a shark. It was swimming very peacefully because it did not face any challenges, any difficulties, any danger. So it was very comfortable in water, and it just lazed around swimming automatically. It did not have to put any additional effort to make its swimming swift. It just kept relaxing and relaxing and relaxing in the water, getting its food on time. And that lowered the ability, the talent, the quality of the fish, which even started reflecting on its taste. Now, this can be connected to each one of us. I have certain abilities and talents, but I'm sitting in a comfort zone where I don't need to use it. I'm doing my regular routine work. I'll sit there and continue to do that. I don't have to use these talents exceptionally in an extra way to prove myself. Then what happens? I become a very complacent, laid back person, and my talents slowly start dying down. And the quality which once upon a time was appreciated by myself and by everybody slowly comes down, and I'm no more the same. My quality has completely come down. At the same time, had I come out of that regular routine, tried taking up newer opportunities like the bird, looking for other opportunities in the same organization or somewhere else, trying to use my abilities and talents continuously, keeping the razor sharp, then my quality is enhanced. That's exactly what the Japanese researcher did here, and the fish got back its quality. So the lesson that we learn from this particular story is that be ready to accept challenges. Move out of your comfort zone. You will face challenges, but be ready to face it. And for that, you will have to utilize your potential to the maximum. Then your quality will be remaining the same or only get enhanced rather than losing your quality. Once we all achieve something in our life, we say we have done either engineering or medicine, or we have done that, we've done this, or we've got a job. Immediately, most of us feel, I don't have to do anything more. My studies are over. I've got a job. I'm getting well paid. I don't have to do anything more. Let's all come out of this. My dear students, I'm talking to you in a position of a senior leader in a school. Yet, let me tell you very, very confidently that till recently, I was still upgrading my skills. I have been attending exams. I have been taking all the courses possible to enhance my skills towards speaking, teaching, listening, and so much more. And that has only given me a stronger confidence and belief in myself that now these areas are also something which I know I can do it. So I'm self-reliant, I'm independent. I'm no more dependent on others for those things which I earlier did not know. So with that same experience, I'm sharing it with you. Be ready to be a lifelong learner. It is said learning happens till we take our last breath, and it is so true. It need not be formal learning from a school or a college or any institution. You can learn from your day-to-day lives. You can learn from the nature that you see around you. Every single, from the time you wake up in the morning with the dealings with your family members to every single thing is a learning for you. Keep your eyes, ears open and very alert, and be ready to grasp everything that you're seeing. So that helps you to constantly develop and grow. So be ready to continue to be learning for a lifetime and attain professional development. You might land into a very good job, but in that job, if you need to grow, you need to enhance certain more skills and talents. And if it means learning some new skills, learn it up. You cannot be sitting back and saying, no, now who will learn at this age? There is no age bar for learning. Nobody is stopping you from doing that. And the moment you do that, the amount of opportunities that keep coming and knocking at your door is immense, which automatically brings you smile and happiness. Never stop learning. This is a very important principle of life. And that is synchronizing with my previous point. The moment we get a job and we are comfortable, we don't want to do anything more. So come out of your comfort zone. Then you will realize that you need to take up some more challenges of learning and enhancing your skills. Then you would find that you are a learner for a lifetime. Do not compare yourself to others. As I told you, when your sibling, that's your brother or sister, or even, for example, your friend, does something really good, and one of your parents or your adults or somebody or your teachers or anybody around who's observed it immediately tells you, look at that person. How could he or she achieve that? Why not you? Will you like it? You ask me, I do not like it. I don't like being compared to anybody. young, old, anyone. I'm ready to learn from the experiences of other people. But I am a unique person in myself. I have my own qualities and strengths. Why should I look at somebody and get compared? When I don't like others comparing me with somebody else, then why should I allow that to happen with my own self? When I look at somebody and see their success rate, I only look at their success. And then I say, how lucky that person is. He scored a rank in so and so course, or he got a prize in this competition. So lucky, so comfortable for them. You are not realizing, you're not seeing or visualizing the entire journey that that person has gone through to achieve that success. You know them closer, you would get to know what all they have done to achieve that. That is a learning for you. At the same time, you need not look at that person and say, oh, I'm not good at this. Only that person is lucky he's been gifted with those talents. No. When you do not like somebody else doing that, do not allow your inner self to get compared. You are as unique as every single flower in a huge garden. Look at that picture which I have portrayed to you. Different colors, shapes, sizes, heights, fragrance. Some might not have fragrance at all, yet they look so beautiful that we get attracted to them. In a garden with so much of variety, it looks so beautiful that we really cannot compare one flower to the other. And every single flower blooms and does its job so perfectly, just the way it has to do it, not looking at another flower next to it. Just to give you a small example of what happens, conversation happens between two friends. This is happening between two flowers. One beautiful big flower is talking to the smaller plant and the smaller flower saying, I love your petals. So the smaller one says, thanks a lot. But I feel I'm not blooming as fast as you, or my blooming is much slower than yours. So immediately the bigger flower says, we are different. You know, each one of us is different. If all of us bloomed at the same time, then all of us would even die or dry at the same time, leaving the garden completely barren. If each of us are willing to bloom at a different time, it continues to enhance the beauty of the garden. And so is the world. Each of us might take our own time to reflect on our abilities and bloom out completely and project ourselves to the world. Nevertheless, we are still blooming. That is what is important. Have we done our duty of using our talents to ultimately achieve our goal and to bloom ourselves into a beautiful individual? Then, even if it is late, there is nothing like late or nothing like early. You bloom, you stay there, bright and beautiful, continuing to enhance your qualities and all the talents, absorbing more learnings from the environment to make you a stronger person. So very, very important. Do not compare yourself to others. It hurts your inner self. Be thankful and have gratitude. You look at somebody, again you say, how lucky that person is. He's very rich. He's got that. He's got this. I don't have all this. We forget that if I'm able to wake up every morning without any hurt, without any pain all over my body, I'm feeling quite healthy and nice. I look around my house and I find my house in the same state that it was the previous night. I look at my family members, all of them are hale and hearty. That is the biggest gratitude that you can have, that everything around you is still beautifully the same. Even if one of them in that family members of yours falls sick, it completely upsets the routine and the life of everyone for that few hours or even for a day. And then we realize, oh, it was so nice if all of us were good. All of us were healthy. So be thankful and have gratitude for every single thing that you have in your life. Now here again, I'm sharing a small story with you. I'm sure all of us love stories, so I've added as many stories today. It said that there's a small child in a village who was studying in a village, and In the village, she had a school which had only classes up till grade 5. So if she had to go to grade 6 upwards, she had to move into the town school. So her parents, as any parent would do, took admission for the child in a town school. And the child was very excited because the school in the city or the town was much bigger and looked more beautiful, the environment, everything. And then all the more, she had a beautiful uniform. So she was looking forward to her first day of a new school. And the bus came to pick her up from her home. And she hopped into the bus and she looked around and she was so happy. She always had that smile on her face. She went into the school, she got dropped, she inquired from everybody, found out her classroom, she went into class and she sat down very quietly, observing everybody around her. Though she was wearing similar uniform like others, still she could sense it that others were all, making some comments about her because they understood that she's come from a village, because some difference about her dressing. The teacher came in, got the child introduced to the rest of the class, saying she's a new admission into the class and we will all accept her into the class, and everybody clapped and welcomed her. This teacher, after this introduction, immediately distributed some sheets of paper to the students and said, now write down the 7 wonders of the world on a piece of paper to whatever extent you can recollect. Write it down and return it to me with your names on it. All the children were very excited because the teacher would have taught just some time back in the previous class and they all remembered it fresh. So they all started busily with a smile and a lot of confidence. They started writing quickly onto their papers, saying Taj Mahal, Leaning Tower of Pisa, and Great Wall of China, and so much more. They started writing. Now this little child kept wondering, looking into her paper, looked up at the teacher and so on. The teacher walked up to her and said, never mind, my child. I had already taught this topic to the rest of them in my previous class. That is the reason they're writing confidently. Whatever you know, you write. Even if you do not know, it's okay, but just pen down something. Probably it will help you. So the child immediately replied, no, ma'am, it's not that I do not know. I'm just wondering which of the 7 wonders I need to write. The teacher couldn't understand what it is. So she said, write, and then give the paper. She read, she collected all the sheets back. She read the answers of each and every student, and the teacher was so happy that everybody was able to recollect what she had taught. When she came to this little one's paper, she was really surprised and she shared it aloud with all the students, which was an eye-opening session, not only for the students, but for the teacher herself. The child had written, the 7 wonders that I know are the ability, I'm blessed that I'm able to see, I'm able to hear, I'm able to feel, I'm able to laugh wholeheartedly, I'm able to think whatever I've been asked to or the way I want to. I'm able to be kind because I'm able to think and I'm able to feel the feelings of others. So I'm a better human being. So I'm able to be kind. And most importantly, I'm able to love the people around me. And I'm also getting the feeling of being loved. What more can be more important than these 7 things that all of us are in one way or the other gifted with, but we fail to realize, looking at somebody else, looking at the materialistic world, we only keep comparing and we keep cribbing and feeling bad that we do not have that, not realizing that we are gifted with these 7 wonders in one way or the other. Even if one of them is missing, it affects us. But God is great. If one of them is missing, he enhances another quality to compensate for it. So in some way or the other, 7 qualities will still be there in each one of us, for which we have to be thankful. So a quick recap is that believe in your abilities, utilize your potential to the maximum, have confidence, faith, and trust in your abilities. That is what is self-belief. Become self-reliant or independent. When you believe in yourself, you start using your own qualities. And most importantly, do not get worried if you do not have sufficient self-belief. Self-belief can be developed with time, effort, and patience. Believe that you can do it. There is nothing that is not possible on the surface of earth. Always have a smile and a positive posture. Encourage and motivate yourself just the way you want others to do to you. Do it to yourself first. Be prepared to step out of your comfort zone, because otherwise your skills and your talents get rusted and unused. Be a lifelong learner. Observe the environment. Keep grasping things that is happening around you. Learn it up. Importantly, remember, do not compare yourself to anybody, because you are a unique gift of God to the surface of earth. You are a unique gem created by that supernatural power. So believe in your uniqueness and have gratitude for all that qualities and the talents that you are gifted with. The 7 wonders, which will make you a completely talented, beautiful person whom you can gift back to the world. So make yourself the most unique gem. Develop your self-belief and your self-confidence. Keep smiling, and definitely success, what you are visualizing, will definitely be at your doorstep. So thanks a lot, dear students. I will be joining you very soon with some more interesting skills. Until then, please do like, share, subscribe to this particular YouTube channel that we have on Buddy Academy. Put in your comments, which will help me to improve myself, because as I said, I believe in learning. I believe in improving my talents and my skills. So keep watching more for my programs, which will help you to enhance your skills, which will help me learn more in my path to helping you as well. So from all of us at Buddy Academy, I thank each one of you for joining me for this live session today. Thank you and have a great day. Until we meet again, keep smiling. Thank you.
You are currently the only person in this conference.